Hi Aquarius, welcome to your September 2016 love reading. Ta-da! Okay, so the overall energy is the Three of Wands. And this is really, if you look at those, you know, it doesn't even look like wands, does it? But those twigs, and they have those leaves sprouting from it. That's because the Three of Wands relates to, in general, you could say any kind of endeavor, creative endeavor, like your own business, and it's really, there's a lot happening that is making it fertile and juicy, profitable, but you're trying to think about, you see the mountains in the back, you're thinking about even more expansion. In love relationships, it can mean a lot of different things, but one of the main things that jumps out at me is someone who is in a relationship and they're not sure if it's going to be enough, if it's expansive enough. They may want something more. This card can even relate to traveling. So leaving where you are, going somewhere else. The grass is always greener. Let me look at the past and the present to see what's up. In the past position, the Lovers and the Emperor card. So pretty, self-explanatory with the Lovers card. Some sort of relationship, intimacy. Could be a Gemini, though, fellow air sign. And the Emperor relates to Aries. So those two signs could be involved in this, because this could be a not a threesome, a love triangle. And it might be that, because I do get for the current position, the Two of Wands, so that could be like a choice that needs to be made. But in terms of, you may have been involved with somebody who was a little bit too rigid in their thinking. The Emperor is somebody who is very black and white. This is right, this is wrong. This is the way you live life. This is, not the way to do things. Aquarius likes to break all the rules. Now, there are some conservative Aquarians. Not every Aquarian is a rebel in the classic sense of the word, but usually I would say that if an Aquarian is a conservative person who believes in upholding all the traditional values in society, they probably are the product of hippies. And so they're rebelling against that by being conservative. But in general, an Aquarius person is not going to take too kindly to somebody who is very dogmatic, which the Emperor card kind of indicates. The Emperor card can be somebody who is as a military personnel, or a cop, or somebody who maybe a security guard, or rent-a-cop, or something like that. Somebody who is in a position where they are judging people as wrong or right. I mean, I suppose they could even be in the legal profession, actually. But in any case, it may be that you were involved with this person and it's not working out. You may still be with this person, but you may have misgivings about being with such a person. And so in the current position, I get the Six of Cups, coupled with the Two of Wands. So the Six of Cups means that you might have hooked up with somebody from your past, a blast from the past. And it kind of brought up the issues, the nostalgia of what does that mean, you know, back in high school. You know, was that the person for me? Did I kind of make a mistake with the one that got away? The Two of Wands can actually indicate that you're questioning whether to stay with your current relationship or go to this new one. But there might be some dilemma. And it might also relate to moving in some way. But the higher message is the Four of Swords. So it does suggest that you're going to have to take some time out and kind of really think this over. Not be too rash. Not get carried away if you did meet someone. Maybe like at a high school reunion or something like that. And then it made you think, wow, this is really the person that I should have been with. You know, I married this person, but this was really the love of my life. And, you know, depending on how long ago you were reunited, if that was the case, that can, if it just happened, you might be too hasty if you just decide, okay, I'm out of here. But sometimes Aquarians do very, what's that word? Sudden, they make sudden moves. And abrupt, yeah, I was going to say, sometimes they're very abrupt. And they just change course in an unpredictable way. What crosses you is the King of Swords. Now, this could definitely be you. This could be the other person if you're involved with someone who was an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, this guy is holding a sword. So maybe he is not an Aries. Maybe he is an air sign. But this person is very in control of their emotions. But I'm reading this as a reversed card because it's in the challenge position. So this could be a person who's actually very cruel. Hopefully that's not you when you are trying to make a move in a relationship. Hopefully you don't get so detached that you become cold and indifferent to another person suffering within the relationship. But this could be why you feel that you want to go, because I'm getting these swords. We have two of these swords cards. The higher message is the Four of Swords. This could be why you feel like you want to leave, because the person is very out of touch with their emotions. And it's not that you need somebody who is like a water sign, who is just totally emotional, but you feel like this person is not kind, and you realize that it's having an adverse effect on you, and you feel like you can't take it anymore. That could be one thing that's happening, because this person can, you know, really, I think, even pinpoint where your vulnerabilities are and just go in for the kill, you know. And it can even affect your self-esteem, you know, when you think about it. What helps you at this time is the Nine of Wands. So this is a card of kind of being vigilant. Again, I got this for another sign, and it's like, be on the lookout. If there is somebody that you left, or that, you know, even if you're still with them and you've kind of started to distance yourself, they may, all of a sudden, ever since you've been distancing yourself, they may do, it's like reverse psychology, then they start to really come on strong, because that's part of the game. So be aware that if you've been trying to get out of a relationship, that other person may sense it, and they might start being nice to you and doing all those things, because they fear that you're going to leave. They can sense it. And so they might be trying to like keep you, and they'll be very thoughtful and attentive. And then, once you're back in, they pull the rug out again. The advice is the Seven of Cups. So it's, in this thing, I don't think it's that active, because 7 is more of a reflective number. But I think it's basically saying that you do have choices. Make sure that you choose wisely. As I said, there may be some kind of a thing that is making you feel like you have to choose between two things. Make sure that you choose wisely, and that you're not just fantasizing when you make your choice and seeing things not as they really are. Because some of those choices are not very appealing. And but it's also to even believe that you have choice. Because you may have gotten, especially if you've felt beaten down by a person emotionally, if that King of Swords in reverse is the person that you're with, you may get to the point where you think, this is the best I can do, because that's what emotionally abusive people tell you, is that you're lucky to have them. And you start to believe it, And so that would be unfortunate. So hopefully you can see that there are a lot of options out there. And the outcome is the Six of Pentacles, and you see the scale. This is another card I picked for another sign. And it's just basically about fairness within a relationship. Not because you have to have tit for tat and everything has to be equal financially or what have you, but just so that you feel that the person has as much affection for you as you have for them. That it's not you pouring your love into someone and them being like this cold fish, this person who is really incapable of feeling and giving you affection because they are so cut off from their feelings that they don't know what they feel, really. I mean, that's basically it. And so in order to compensate for that, they may try to tear you down so that you are just kind of feeling disempowered and not willing to make a move away from them because you'd just be on your own and nobody would want you. That's what they tell you. So you have to be able to have the strength to realize that there is a big world out there. There are a lot of choices for you, and that you deserve to have a relationship on equal footing and not one where you are doing all of the heavy lifting and, you know, doing all of the caring and, you know, the loving, and the other person is just there. So I hope you enjoyed this, Aquarius. If you would like a personal reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great September. Bye.